Can I get a job with the Leafs?
No,
Third line?
not a chance.
Water boy?
You might be able to do that.
You know, I'm the captain of the ship. It's a long swim back to Toronto.
Yeah, I was thinking that when I answered the question.
Hi, I'm Daryl Cronzy. I'm with Brian Burke, and we're out in the blue zone catching some steelhead. Stick with us.
I'm going fishing all of the time, and my baby's going fishing too. Bet your life that your sweet wife can catch more fish than you. Any fish will bite if you got the right bait. Now here's a little something that I'd like to relate. With my pole and my line, I'm going fishing. Yes, I'm going fishing. My baby's going fishing too.
Going Fishing with Daryl Cronzy is brought to you in part by Yamaha. Reliability with every turn of the key. G3 Boats, a Yamaha boat company. Maxima Premium Monofilament Fishing Lines, the best by test. And Islander Precision Reels. Closed captioning is brought to you by Garmin, the new wave in chart plotters and sonar solutions. He runs Canada's most popular hockey team. He's a dedicated and knowledgeable outdoor sportsman. But you know, up until this morning, he never knew one of the country's hottest steelhead trolling grounds was less than 15 miles from his downtown Bloor Street, Toronto office. Today, Brian Burke has jumped into Cronzy's 30-foot Mako to experience Lake Ontario's fabled Blue Zone. The big boat is moored at the Mimico Cruising Club in Humber Bay Park, a little more than a stone's throw from the Air Canada Centre and home of the Leafs. At 6 in the morning, the boys are following the trail marked out on the Garmin 7012 chart plotter for the 20-minute trip to Mid-Lake, 350 feet of water, and hungry steelhead.
Now you know why I don't like using the wire. This one's off? Guess what? A double.
Perfect.
A little rainbow.
Who's first?
I don't know, who's that? Is that me?
That's you.
That's me. Okay. Brian's got a bigger fish.
Oh, beauty.
I'm gonna get this fish out of the way, Brian. You got, is it still fighting?
There's something there, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a line right there. I'm gonna...
Oh. Now those are average, Brian. Now, Brian, that's your first Lake Ontario steelhead, eh?
That's my first steelhead, period.
Really?
And my first Lake Ontario steelhead.
Well, you want to know, I don't catch steelhead out in BC. You know, you don't get them on the rods that often. But got twins right off the bat.
Good start.
Eh?
Beautiful.
Now you're taking these home?
I'm gonna take a couple home.
You're gonna
yep.
fry them up?
Yep.
Nice looking fish, eh?
Beautiful.
Dandies. Okay, we'll get the rods back in the water. We'll catch some more fish. You got him, Brian.
He's on now. That doesn't mean he's gonna get in here, but...
Hey, I just changed that lure, you know that?
Yeah, that was pretty good.
I'm gonna come around this side, Brian.
He took off a bunch of line right off the start.
Well, we may have a problem here. Just watch it. You really whacked that, eh?
Yeah.
I just changed lures. You got that serious look on your face.
come on, he's swimming right at me. Oh,
It's okay, that's okay. Keep, oh,
Yeah,
not
he's
too
there.
hard, not too hard. Good fish?
yeah, he took a good run right at the start.
Well, that's what they do. I'm gonna get him running a little bit. Good fish?
Yeah, I think so.
Let's watch that other fishing line. You may have to go around this rod. You got him, man. You're the man. What a serious look you've got.
Yeah, he's nice.
Okay, just let me bring him up a little. A little closer. Nice bow, nice bow. Whoa. Watch it, watch it. Just take your time.
Yeah, my hand's off the reel.
Oh, yeah, I've heard that before.
We got a camera on.
I know.
We can't lie about it.
Bring him up. I got him, Brian!
Attaboy.
Now look at this baby. Do not drop my rod.
I will not drop your
Now,
rod.
can I ask you something? Look at the size of this. No! Is that a fish, Mr. Burke, or is that a fish?
That's a fish.
Now, it's getting a little rolly out here, right?
That was fun.
You know, I'm a little older than you. Not much. But I gotta say, you handle your 2 feet on the bottom of the boat pretty good. You like that, eh?
Yeah, I did.
Downtown Toronto.
That's big time.
Okay, buddy, let me ask you something. Goalie coach.
No.
Okay. I don't even think I'm gonna get stick boy, you know that? Mr. Burke, is that a dandy? Or is that a dandy?
That is a beauty.
Eh? That's gonna go about 15 pounds.
And you just switched to this Williams lure about 30 seconds before that thing hit.
Yep. 30 seconds. Is that a nice fish?
That's a beautiful
Is that a
fish.
dandy?
That's a dandy.
Now, I don't want you getting all upset, right? I can't be an assistant coach.
No.
I can't play the third line.
No.
I can't play goal.
No.
You just got slimed.
That's okay.
Listen, you told me you're a hunter and a fisherman. You go to Langara,
I do.
right? And I wanted you to go to Cayuga with me last year.
Yep.
You know, this spring, and you said you couldn't do it. Too busy with the Leafs.
Too busy.
How can you be too busy? It's Monday at 10:30, and you're out here fishing with me instead of back at the Air Canada Center.
Well, I got my staff in there today.
Okay, buddy. Listen, honest to God, 15 miles from the Air Canada Center, right? You're looking at the general manager of the Toronto Maple Leafs and the next assistant coach, right?
No.
Okay.
In Cronzy's opinion, the Great Lakes rainbow trout, or steelhead, is the ideal fish for Ontario's Great Lakes region. Now here's a creature that asks no quarter and gives none in the open waters of the big lakes. It's a fish that also shows those same fighting characteristics in big tributaries all around the Great Lakes. In particular, Cronzy loves the special genetics found in one strain of steelhead, referred to as the Chambers Creek steelhead. First cultured in Washington state hatcheries way back in the 1920s, the Chambers Creek strain has been used in all American states on the Pacific Northwest coast and also those bordering the Great Lakes. The Chambers Creek steelhead is the high-flying, line-burning trout of open water, and then from early October till late spring is the same battling bruiser that taunts the skill of river fishermen. The question Cronzy continues to ask, what's holding back the Ontario Ministry of Natural Resources from using this dynamic strain of trout in their own hatcheries?
Mr. Burke, he did jump. You got this serious look on your face.
I want to catch this guy. I lost the last couple. There he comes.
Is he?
He's going to jump again, I think.
Yeah.
He's right off the back here.
You got him?
I got him.
I'm playing around with the net here, Brian. Sorry. You had him.
I had him.
You had him. That's okay. There's more to be caught. Son of a gun. Hey, that's fishing.
Going Fishing returns with more Blue Zone action.
Didn't I tell you it was going to be a hot morning?
You did, and it has been.
You didn't believe me, though, eh?
I did.
Look around us. There's not a boat out here. Can you believe this? Nowhere. As far as we can see 5-10 miles around us, not one boat.
No, it's awesome.
Can I say something? The Ontario government does a lousy job of promoting this lake. I don't want to put you on the spot. You don't have to agree with
I'll stay out
me.
of that one for now, but...
You know, but no, this is me saying that. You know how far we are from your office, right? 15 miles.
Yep.
And people don't know this is happening out here.
No, it's a great fishery.
You know, it's really something. You can understand that? Nobody's out here, right?
No, I don't see a boat.
But you can't understand why I can't be a coach.
Well, I can understand that. I haven't spent a morning with you.
Can I be a coach?
No.
Okay.
As far as Kronzy's concerned, the West Coast Knucklebuster is the only way to enjoy Great Lakes salmon fishing. And when it comes to single-action knucklebuster fishing, the only name in town is Islander single-action reels. It's nice to know, too, that they are another one of our better Canadian fishing tackle manufacturers. The Islander line of precision reels are not only challenging, but sporting, too. They're manufactured out on Vancouver Island, and the Islander name is famed throughout Pacific salmon waters. Their model MR2 is Kronzy's favorite, and of late he's even been experimenting a lot more with the smaller Islander LX 3.8 fly reel. Using one of these elite gems requires a little more experience than using a common level wind bait caster. When a big fish attacks the bait and runs for freedom, it's not a simple case of holding on to a rod and waiting for a fish to tire. For starters, when a big boy decides to escape for the other side of the pond, keep your fingers away from those spinning rod handles because they move as an angry fish moves, and that's how the moocher got its name as the Knucklebuster. When you decide to use one of these babies, it's one-to-one retrieve, and that's what they mean by real sport fishing. Kronzy likes to say that sport fishing really should be sport fishing. When you hook a fish, try battling that critter in the most sporting way possible. First, shut off or slow down the boat and battle the fish, one-on-one.
Mr. Burke!
You're up.
I'm up is right. You know what? I just changed that Williams lure. Wow. We have 4 fish in the first 15 minutes, and then it goes for a little nappy, eh?
That's pretty good.
Pretty good isn't the word. You know what I got now?
What do you got?
I got another bow. I'll bet you money. And then it'll come up a salmon. But usually these bows will shake their head down there. Now, Brian, when we're catching these fish in 25, 30 feet down, sometimes over 400 feet,
Yeah.
they'll clear water 5, 6, even a dozen times. They just go crazy. But we're down 75 feet today.
He took a pretty good run to start.
Yeah, he did. Oh,
So did mine. The one we just caught, that took a big run right off the hop.
it was pretty good network, eh?
No,
For your
just
fi-
average.
Gee, I can't even net a fish now. What do you think it is, Brian?
I think a brown.
It is a brown. It's a brown trout. Both Ontario and the
Nice.
New York State is stocking them. Let's see, I'm gonna get Randy to swing that net over here.
Beautiful fish.
Isn't it dandy, eh? Brian, can you get you to hold that for a minute?
Yep.
Now listen, that's that Williams lure again, and I just had Randy's buddy paint it for me. Is that a nice fish?
Now, is that a brown or is that an Atlantic salmon?
That's a brown trout.
You're sure it's not an Atlantic salmon? Do you ever catch Atlantic salmon?
You're asking me if I ever catch Atlantic salmon?
Yeah.
You know what? You would get Wayne Gretzky playing for you September 1st before I'd catch an Atlantic salmon.
Why is that?
Don't go there. Do not go there with
Nice
Atlantic.
fish.
Nice brown, eh?
I caught a brown in Lake Michigan about 15 years ago. It's a great fighting fish.
Great eating fish.
Great eating fish.
You like eating fish?
I do.
You're not one of these guys that puts everything back.
I release some, but I like to
But you
catch
like
some
eating
of
a lot.
these. Yep.
My type of guy, Atlantic salmon.
Whenever possible, Kronzy goes Canadian, and that definitely includes Williams spoons. These are quality, jewelry-finished silver and gold-plated babies that have been catching fish for Canadians for decades. But here's a little something you might want to pick up on. The folks at Williams make a fine line of pure silver and gold finishes. They also paint up a number of fish-catching finishes. But our host likes to experiment and never passes up the chance to dabble with different colors of his own. There just never seems to be enough colors to trick a finicky salmon or trout. Experiment a little yourself.
Mr. Burke. Hey, pretty hot action, eh?
Awesome.
You know? Now, you know what I can do in a boat? I should sure heat it up on the ice for you.
Forget it.
You know, before the end of the day, it's a long swim home.
He might jump.
He's good fish. What do we got here? Another bow.
You want to release this guy?
No, because the man that's helping me with doing some of the steering and the rig setting today is the best guide on Lake Ontario, and he doesn't get to keep a lot of fish. Now,
He's keeping this one.
yeah, because, oh. Mr. Burke, can I borrow your shoulder to lean on?
You can.
You know?
Now, why don't you explain to the viewers what this fish is and how you tell it from a rainbow or a brown?
Okay, this is a rainbow,
Okay.
or a steelhead, right? And it's got that beautiful silver sides, right? The salmon this time of the year are getting a little darker because they're starting to spawn, and the browns have got those dots on them, you know?
So what does an Atlantic look like?
How the heck do I know what an Atlantic looks like? I've never seen one in Lake Ontario. Now, to be honest, the Atlantics almost look like the brown trout, you know, but they don't have those dots, pronounced dots on them like that. I love the Atlantic salmon in the ocean, you know, in Nova Scotia and all that. I like them up at the Sioux. But our master behind the wheel, he's caught 30,000 salmon so far. He's only caught 13 or 20 Atlantics in all that time and 30,000 other fish. You know, it's like you taking a kid out of Pee Wee and expect to put him into the lineup, right? It just doesn't work, does it?
No.
I could help you with the young kids.
No.
Okay. Has he got some backbone?
You're taking off some line.
Boy, he hit that late. You know, that thing really didn't smash off the release.
I don't know what's there, but
You know, I didn't know you could fish, really. You know that? Are you ignoring me?
is someone going to move this other line, or are we just going to?
Bring him right over.
We're just going to follow it.
Is he going?
There he is.
Ooh. Oh! And you lost the hook. You lost
Yeah,
the
he
hook.
spit
He
it.
threw it. Did you have your palm on that reel?
Not when he spit the hook.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Well, you were leaning back like this, right? And the fish come out of the water. The fish goes one way, the lure goes one way.
He jumped and he spit the hook, just like the two of the other ones I lost.
With your hand underneath the reel.
That's not what happened.
You're lucky I want a
On
job.
camera.
If I didn't want a job, I wouldn't argue with
A
you.
little technical assistance when I'm fighting the fish would be useful, instead of this second-guessing backbiting after I lose it.
I didn't lose it.
And now for the Walker Deeper Diver Tip of the Week, taking your lures down and away. All fish feeding at various water depths detect different colored spoons related to that depth. Silver and gold finish baits, like Williams spoons, can cover the spectrum, but hot colors like red or orange work best near the surface. Going deep? Then switch over to the chartreuse colors to trick your quarry.
Brian Burke, Mr. Toronto Maple Leaf. Thank you for coming out.
Thanks for having me.
Now, you lived in BC, you lived in Toronto, right? What do you think of this? We're only 15 minutes from downtown Toronto.
Oh, it's unbelievable. Took us 15 minutes to get here. Fishing was great, beautiful day.
You lost some fish,
I did lose some fish.
you know, big fish.
Yeah, but the guide's supposed to help. Like, you're supposed to provide technical expertise. And that was sorely lacking today, as well as a net issue.
Okay, let's talk lures.
Okay?
Williams lures.
Awesome.
Right.
They
Hey.
worked great today. The colors are great. You got lots of options.
We customized them and they caught fish.
Yeah, and they had action on them all morning. It was great.
You know, I really think I had a great day with you. And then again, you said you maximize your opportunities, right? Last chance. Assistant coach.
No,
Trainer?
no,
Stick boy.
no.
I'm in the parking lot?
I'll even have to think about that.
Thanks a lot, Brian. It's been a lot of fun.
My pleasure.
Going Fishing returns with the Napoleon Barbecue's Shore Lunch.
Now listen up out there. There's a million ways to barbecue fish. You can do steaks, you can wrap it in foil and bake it, but I really prefer smoking a plank and putting the fish on it. And there's a million ways to prepare planked fish. But I got a friend out in Oregon, Washington. She's got a book out and it's called Grill It, Plank It, Wrap It, and Smoke It. Her name's Tiffany Hoggins, and this lady can really cook fish, and she also can really fish. But if you get the chance, get Grill It, Plank It, Wrap It, and Smoke It. It gives you all the recipes you want to know about planking fish. Now, the easiest way, though, to plank fish It's just, you've got your wet board. You remember, you're gonna pre-soak that board for anywhere from 3 to 8 hours. You want it really soaked and wet so it doesn't catch on fire on your barbecue. It just slowly gets hot and smokes, and it sends that smoke vapor through the fish. Okay, when you're doing this, you can do it, again, in a million ways. Olive oil, any type of spice you want, and I used to like putting a little brown sugar on it, all right? You put it in the barbecue on the plank, but remember, keep checking that plank about every 5 minutes because the plank will catch on fire sometimes, so have a squirt gun there. You cook your fish by the size or the thickness of the fish. It can be anywhere from 7 minutes to 14 minutes. It's ready when it flakes. And I'll tell you what, when it's ready, it's delicious. Now listen up real quick. I've got my lemons and I've got my lettuce, but I got the main ingredients. It's Pacific salmon. It can be Great Lake salmon. All you've got to do is be careful with that plank. The fish is ready when it flakes. And I'll see you next week because I'm going fishing after I eat it.
For more information on today's fishing location and other going fishing destinations, visit goingfishingtv.com. Going Fishing with Darryl Cronzy has been brought to you in part by Yamaha Outboards, reliability with every turn of the key. G3 Boats, a Yamaha boat company. Maxima Premium Monofilament Fishing Lines, the best by test. And Islander Precision Reels. Going Fishing would like to thank the following fine sponsors.
Going fishing, baby smiling my way, gonna have a great day, no competition. Going fishing, going fishing. We'll be gone, but not for too long. Going fishing. We'll be